there. I am over here at Cherry Valley Greenhouse, one of my favorite greenhouses ever. This is the place me and Nate got married at, and they're having a customer appreciation day. Everything in the whole entire store is 50% off. So, you know, I had to come up here and check out the deals they had. They had Heuchera, of course. I got all these Heuchera. These are dressed up evening gown. This is a new one. I have one of these that I got from the Walters garden tour that I went to for work, and it was just given to me by the Walters people. But so I'm so excited to get more of these. I actually got, let's see, 7 of them. I got some Amazing Daisies Daisy May. I got 3 of those, and then this one right here, and this is called a Timeless Glow. So pretty. I also got a couple terracotta pots with some saucers. I got 3 bags of plant tone espoma for $5 each. Crazy. All right, well, let's go home and get these somewhere in the ground. Well, I'm back home and I am going to throw these plants in the ground ASAP. We have some really nice weather coming up here, so I kind of just want them to find their nice home for the winter. Not their home for good, but just their home for the winter until next spring, and I can move them to hopefully a more permanent location. But the problem is I usually leave my raised garden beds open for emergencies, and by emergencies I mean an emergency plant sale that I find at the end of the season, and I need somewhere to put those plants that I buy, and so I usually plop them in my raised garden beds. Well, that's great, but I already filled my raised garden beds, and so there's no room in them anymore. I have a ton of stuff down there, which we could run down there real quick and I'll show you. But there is no more room. Actually, and while we're here, let me show you what the beautyberry plant is doing. My beautyberry here is starting to get nipped by the cold night, and it will start to brown up like this and drop all of its leaves, which is actually really cool because it will leave us with just the stem and these really pretty berries. And you can actually see these beautiful purple berries a lot more once all the leaves drop. So anyway, I'll show you real quick what my raised garden bed is looking like. So it's super full right now. I've got tons of Heuchera, Carex lavender, coneflower phlox, Aurelia boxwood hosta, and there's no room for anything else. So I was trying to think of a place to put them all, and I thought, you know what, I could put them in my gully garden, and just plop them in all the random places where I had annuals. I'm gonna be coming in here and pulling out the annuals pretty soon, probably this weekend, and I will be cutting back all the hosta and any perennials that need to be cut back, which is pretty much nothing. Any perennials that typically would need cut back, I usually just leave for the birds to eat. Coneflower, sedum, allium, not much. So the only thing I'll really be cutting back is hosta, and then pulling out those annuals. So that'll give me a perfect spot. I could just pull some out while I'm here and plop them in the ground. All right, I'm just gonna go get my shovel, and I'm still like a little traumatized by the other day I came out here and I seen mouse heaven. So alright, let's quickly grab the shovel and get the heck out. Alright. Oh, one of you guys was asking about my shovel. It's called Jackson something. I've had this for so long, so I don't even know what the brand is anymore, but there you go. Looks like a I don't know, a number, something 25 or 250. I don't know. Okay, so right here I had a giant clump of beacon impatiens. It's the end of October. I think it's actually, yeah, it's the end of October, and by the time you see this, it'll probably be into November. But these impatiens last year, they lasted well into November, looking gorgeous. I actually did a movie on them because I was so pleased at how they did. It was the first year I'd ever tried beacon impatiens, and they did amazing. But you just never know with Michigan weather how long things are gonna last. So I'm just gonna kind of grab what I can, and actually I'm gonna go grab a rake and I'll just rake this out. I mean, these are pretty small. They're only a quart size, so I could probably fit. I'm gonna probably at least put all 7 of these ones in here.
Well, sugar, I took one look at you, and it almost drove me mad. And then I even went and lost what little sense I had. Now I can't even tell the day from night. I'm as crazy as a loon. You got me chasing a rabbit.
Hey, get them planted.
Friends of mine asked me to go out hunting on a spree, 'cause there ain't a hound dog in this state that can hold the light to me. I ate 3 bones for dinner today, then tried to trick her. You got me chasing a rabbit, scratching fleas and howling at the moon. Well, I rode my horse to town today, and a gas pump waited past. I pulled up and hollered what it said, fill him up with gas. The man picked up a monkey wrench, and when me changed my tune, you got me chasing a rabbit, spitting out my...
All right, so let's see. Next up, I feel like I want to go up there near the rose garden where I had those impatiens. So let's go get set up there.
I never thought in this whole world a fool could fall so hard. But honey, baby, when I fell, the whole world must have jarred. I think I'd quit my doggish ways if you take me for your groove. You got me chasing rabbits, picking out rings and howling at the moon.
I think I'm gonna put the wild rose in here. I love the wild rose. It looks very, very similar to the wild berry heuchera, and honestly, unless they're like right next to each other, I can't really tell them apart. But we'll put those in here. I have 5 of them, so 2, 3, 4, 5. These are pretty little plants. They're young, they're in a quart size. So I'm not expecting them to get super big or anything, but come next spring, I will fertilize them really nicely. And that way we'll give them a nice start. And what I'll do, I am like pulling back all of the leaves and stuff right now, but I will come back in when I'm done planting all these, and I will put the leaves back on and use it as a natural mulch for all of these freshly planted items. And the Heuchera in my area is usually a semi-evergreen, which is awesome, but because of that, the deer see it and want to eat it, so that's not fun. So hopefully the leaves will help kind of protect it a little bit from that. Last year the deer came in and ate my Heuchera that were actually up by my Heuchera and Heucherella that were right up by my house. And they came back just fine, but it's just kind of scary, you know, like you're just like, is it gonna come back? This is all I have left. I've got 5 of the berry, I don't even remember, because I've never heard of this before. I was so excited when I seen it. Timeless Glow. So I've got 5 of those and then 3 of the Daisy May. So I think I might just put the Daisy May right there and then the Timeless Glow over there. Yeah, and so these are just the Amazing Daisies Daisy May. I love these because they bloom for a really long time. If you cut them back, they'll bloom again. If you cut them back, they'll bloom again. And the foliage on it is super pretty. It doesn't brown up and get nasty like a lot of daisies do, and it almost has like a blue tint to it. And so, you guys, this is how I plant a lot of my gardens. This is how I got a lot of my plants. I pretty much spend all my plant money at the end of the season, and I, buy clearance plants. Then I just plop them in the ground somewhere, overwinter them, and then come spring, if I get around to it and I find a spot that I want to put them, I dig them up and replant them in that new spot. If not, I do it the following year. And this way I don't spend tons of money on plants. And I'm I've learned to be patient, so I don't mind like waiting for things like that. All right, now let's go up over here and get the rest of them right in here. I was so happy with this area this year. I planted a bunch of beacon impatiens in here. I know I talk about those all the time, but when I find something that works for me, I stick to it because it works and I think it's beautiful. So anyway, I tried the beacon impatiens in here, and this was the full sun. They were gorgeous. I would almost go out and say that they were even more gorgeous than the ones in the part shade or the shade because they kind of stayed super compact and had tons of blooms on them. So I was just really pleased with them this year in here. This is a complete experiment. I had no clue how they would do in the full sun, and they did amazing. I'm just pulling those out right now. Alright, so I've got 5 of these Timeless Glow. We'll get these in the ground. 2. I know I have like daffodil bulbs in here somewhere, so gotta be careful. Surprised I haven't dug any up yet. And I always make sure to plant my Heuchera deep because otherwise they can heave really easily. Throughout the winter when the ground freezes, come springtime when it warms back up, it creates movement in the soil, and then your Heuchera kind of like bounce up on top of the soil, and then they can start to die and look bad. So I just prefer to plant them deeper than probably what you're supposed to. But that's just my experience with them. Ooh, that one's got weeds in it. Don't want to put those in there. Oh, there's a bulb right there. Crap. Okay, let's put that back in. Sorry, buddy. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you around and show you the plant and the tag, and then I'll take whatever leaves I have left and kind of put them back over to protect them a little bit more. So right here we have the Timeless Glow, the Timeless Collection coral bells, and these are going to be really pretty. I love that just super green leaf, and there is some variegation in it. I'll show you up close. And then the really pretty pink, thickly laced stalks of bloom. They're so beautiful. Got 5 of them in here, but I just love that. This pink with that leaf is just a beautiful contrast. You gotta see all the different colors of these leaves. I'm just really liking this. It actually kind of reminds me of the Catching Fire. But it's such a pretty plant. Over here is where we put our amazing daisies, Daisy May. Here's a tag for that one. And these are just an awesome plant. Like I said, they repeat bloom if you cut them back, and then they also stay in a nice, really pretty clump, and the foliage on it stays really nice in greeny blue color, and it's like super clean. It doesn't brown up or get nasty mold on it or anything like that. They're just an awesome daisy. So I'm going to show you the wild rose that we planted, but I wanted to show you how similar the wild berry is to the wild rose. So this is the wild berry. Now let's go back over to the wild rose and I'll show you. I can hardly tell them apart. Unless they're like right next to each other. See how similar those are? I mean, this is the wild berry and this is the wild rose. So they're very similar. This one is just a little bit darker purple, and this one has more like of a maroony tint to it. So I love both of these equally as well. And this is from the Primo collection, Wild Rose, a beautiful Heuchera. We have 5 of them in here. Let's go back down by Raccoon Alley and I'll show you the last one, which is the evening gown. And you know, I'm actually really liking those spots where I put them, and who knows, come springtime, if they come back great and they look like they're loving their spots, maybe I'll leave them. The less annuals I have to plant, the better, because that means less money. However, I did get my sister to grow me annuals this year, so that was free. But anyway, I can always find places to plant annuals, but let's look at the evening gown. So I have 7 of these in here. These are so pretty. This is, like I said, this is a newer variety. I'm pretty sure it was new this year, actually, and the camera isn't really doing it justice to how black it is. I wish you could see just like how black the leaves really are, but you can't really tell. Here's the tag. It's just a nice little compact growing plant, and then I love the ruffle and texture to the leaf, and I love this just solid black and no variegation. It is very similar, in my opinion, from what I can see, to the Primo Black Pearl Heuchera. Let me go grab one of those leaves and I'll show you how similar they are. So this is a Primo Black Pearl. I'm gonna grab one of these. I'm gonna take it back over there and compare. This is the Primo Black Pearl right here, and this is the evening gown. So you can see they're very similar. Both very pretty. Down here, I'm just gonna grab some of this leaf and kind of cover this up a little bit. Just kind of like that. It will help with weeds. And also maybe, I don't know, disguise it from the deer. Probably not, but all right, we'll do that to the other ones. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. That was a lot of fun to get out here. It's so warm out. I'm gonna guess it's like 65 degrees out here, or maybe even more. So I'm just enjoying this weather. I didn't even have to put my hat on today to hold my hair back, so that's a nice good day. But anyway, it's just super nice and warm out here, and like the sun is just going down. It's like right over the trees, right over the trees. You can like see it in the hill, and my flag is like glowing. It's just like a perfect little night out. I'm going to put my tags away. I did go back through and stick a tag in the ground for all the plants I planted, just so I can remember what they are come next spring. And then I'm also going to keep a tag of each of them, because I just like to have, I got like a box of tags, I keep all my tags. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I just hope that you are still getting out in your garden. I know some of you that live further south, you can get out in your garden for a lot longer than I do, but man, I cherish these warm, long, extended, warm days where I can just stay out here in my garden. So even if my annuals didn't last till, into November like they did last year, it's still October. So, you never know with Michigan, but anyway, thank you guys very much, and I hope that you just have a wonderful day, whatever day you're watching this. Bye.